Shalom, shalom, beloveds. Peace. How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all having a blessed and amazing day, afternoon, nighttime, whenever you see this video, right? I just wanted to drop in really quick and tap in and talk to y'all really quick about a quick thing, you know what I'm talking about, as far as the power of serving, right? So many times, you know what I'm saying, I see a lot of us that will feel that we have to be competitive because a lot of us are not in the head position. We are not, you know what I'm saying, the coach, or we're not the king or queen, you know what I'm saying, we're not the CEO, or, you know what I'm saying, we're not the president, or, you know what I'm saying, just somebody of a you know what I'm saying, superior hierarchy in situations and times in life, right? And sometimes it's even that way in family and everything else in society, right? One of the main things that I want to bring to y'all is the story of Daniel. As everybody knows, you know what I'm saying, aside from Daniel and the lion's den, there's a deeper rooted story inside of Daniel. What we know is that first and foremost that there's three different anointings. There is the priestly anointing, you know what I'm saying, there's the kingly anointing, and then there is the salvation anointing, right? And so one of the main things is that people will look at the kingly anointing and see that as, you know what I'm saying, the top of the chart, right? However, whenever Daniel was inside of Babylon, as we know that Babylon was a time of deviancy, a kingdom of, you know what I'm saying, deviancy and debauchery and all kind of different things, right, of wickedness. We see that David actually had a priestly anointing that was on him, as he was actually able to prophesy dreams for King Nebuchadnezzar. And what this ended up doing was making him to be somebody who was of hierarchy that the king trusted, right? And so this ended up hurling him into a position of leadership, right? And so the main thing is that, as we know, that King Nebuchadnezzar was the ruler of Babylon. So this means that anybody that was underneath King Nebuchadnezzar, you know what I'm saying, that he surveyed, you know what I'm saying, was underneath his order. However, whenever Daniel was able to change his heart and show him that in the midst of the lion's den, and that he would not serve, you know what I'm saying, anybody else over the Most High, then this showed King Nebuchadnezzar that there was something a little bit more powerful and mighty than him. And King Nebuchadnezzar then professed that the true living God, you know what I'm saying, Yahweh, was actually able to be real, you know what I'm saying, and this is who they would praise. And so this actually was actually able to be a point of salvation for the kingdom of Babylon. Now we know that Daniel served four different kings. We know he served Nebuchadnezzar, Belshazzar, Darius, and Cyrus. All these many different kings which did not consider the Most High to actually be, you know what I'm saying, the power, and to also be the King of Kings and, you know what I'm saying, the Lord of Lords. And so as Daniel served, he proved time and time again to these many different kings that the Most High was number one. And so they ended up falling in line, following, you know what I'm saying, the example and the service of what Daniel was able to do within the powers of his proximity, you know what I'm saying, which was given unto him through his anointing. How the Most High had placed him in certain places, you know what I'm saying, or placed him in a certain place in order for the Most High to go ahead and allow his will to be done through Daniel, right? One of the main things is that Daniel was very obedient, and this is what ended up happening to be able to transition into a saving, you know what I'm saying, of many people that were cut off from the Most High, if you will, by their own ways in their flesh. Now, when we understand this, we understand that one of the main things is that we can be placed in certain situations or places. You can be in a job space. You can be, you know what I'm saying, in service to somebody that is, could possibly, you could think that they're more smarter than you or whatever, or they can have more money than you or whatever. And then you end up questioning your existence in that space. The main thing that you should see is that whenever you are placed in that space, then there is something that you are to do that is a lot more powerful than the person who is the head in charge, you know what I'm saying, the head honcho or whatever is able to do. And this is the same reason why why, if you're a woman that's watching this, you know what I'm saying, that's the same reason why the Most High have placed y'all to be under the provision of a man, because there are ways that you can see things, you know what I'm saying, and be able to head your household. The man will take charge and provide and be a provisionary for you. However, there are things that you see and that you can actually speak life into that man, you know what I'm saying? And so you bring a lot more of an essence and dynamic. And so this is another reason why so many people would tend to say, you know what I'm saying, happy wife, happy life, or whatever, when we know it's happy spouse, happy house, you know what I'm saying? So it correlates to both parties. However, what I'm saying though is that just because there's people that may seem like that they are the head over certain things does not mean that they are the end all be all. Just like if these many different kings had the kingly anointing, you know what I'm saying, then, you know, the priestly anointing was a little bit more higher than such, right? It's even just like how Saul had a kingly anointing, and he was given, you know what I'm saying, provision over Israel, Yashrael, right? And the Most High Yahweh, which is God, you know what I'm saying, ended up whenever the king disobeyed, then he ended up passing that anointing and that mentor on to David, King David. And David was the overseer of the people. Now, because David had a heart for the Most High and he didn't want to be disobedient, though he had his ways, you know what I'm saying, and he learned his lessons through many different things. However, because he was not disobedient, his anointing was not lost, right? So one of the main things that I'm speaking about is that whenever we are placed in a position to be able to wait or to be able to serve, we have to do what waiters do in a position as they wait, is they serve, right? Deuteronomy 10:12 says, serve the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, right? And so to be a service, this means that we are placed in a space for us to be able to present the authoritative power, to be able to be, you know what I'm saying, submissive, and also to be able to serve, because it is not the people that are placed in the head that we serve. It is the Most High who is the highest of those heads that we serve. And his will is a lot more powerful than what man perceives it to be, you know what I'm saying, as far as on a physical spectrum. As we can see that there are presidents that you know are considered, you know, rulers of countries and stuff like this, and we know that their word is not the end all be all. Their word is something to be followed, you know what I'm saying, because of their authority. But there is an authority that is higher, right? And so this is the same way in many different situations in relationships that we deal with people. There is always something higher, and the Most High has the final say. It is not for man to say who should live and die. It is for the Most High to be able to say so, right? Because it is his will. Everything operates under his timing, as his timing is perfect. So in the times that we find ourselves feeling frustrated and feeling like that just because somebody else has been placed in a place that's higher than us, or maybe their first place at something, or whatever scenario or situation that we think of it as, right? Just know that you are placed in your position to be able to be a little bit more powerful than what you perceive yourself to be, right? I want to leave y'all with this last example, and then we'll leave. Is that the house, you know what I'm saying, a home that you look at, a house or apartments or whatever, you know what I'm saying, buildings or whatever, people will look at these structures and think that these structures are nice and amazing. However, they won't consider the framework that it took, that the house is built around, right? And so as the framework and the nails and the foundation are the main things that make the building to be able to be secure, to be able to be presentable, and have an upkeep of what it appears to be, right? We must consider ourselves the framework, the nails, and the foundation of certain situations. Just because you see a store or a house that has a type of name on it or whatever does not mean that, you know what I'm saying, the name is really what makes that place. It's the foundation and the framework and the nails that uphold everything for everything to be secure inside of that. You see that? So think about that the next time whenever you are feeling that there's people that are above you or whatever, or you feel like that, you know what I'm saying, that serving is beneath you. Serving is one of the most powerful things that you can do, not only for your household, not only for the Most High, but also for yourself, because it presents humility and it presents true ambassadorship for the kingdom. So I leave you with that, and just think about these things. Know that I truly love you, and know that the Most High loves you even more, right? So with that, I bid adieu. Be blessed. Shalom, shalom, peace.